These little powerhouses aren't just snacks, they're medicine wrapped in a shell. But like all medicine, the right dose and the right kind makes all the difference. Picture a quiet morning. You sit by the window, a warm drink in your hand, a few almonds on your plate. You're not rushing. You're not multitasking, you're simply choosing to take care of yourself. That's what this is about. Let's start with a nut that deserves a permanent place in your pantry, the kind that gives more than it takes. The kind that makes growing older not something to fear, but something to honor. Walnuts, they're not flashy, they don't shout, but inside that wrinkled shell is something remarkable, a shape that looks like your brain, and it's no coincidence. Walnuts are filled with omega-3 fatty acids, known to help preserve memory, reduce inflammation, and even lift your mood. For seniors, that means fewer foggy mornings, less joint stiffness, and better emotional stability. And what's beautiful about walnuts is that they don't ask for much. A small handful, a sprinkle on your oatmeal, crushed into a salad. That's enough to start a quiet revolution inside your body. Because after 65, health isn't about grand gestures, it's about quiet consistency. Now let's talk almonds. They're the quiet protectors of your bones and heart. Packed with calcium, vitamin E, and magnesium, almonds are especially important for seniors concerned about osteoporosis, nerve health, or blood sugar levels. They help you stay steady on your feet. They help you keep your independence. And there's something grounding about them. Solid, simple, reliable. In many cultures, almonds are given to symbolize wisdom and strength. And maybe that's exactly what they are. A symbol, a reminder that strength doesn't vanish with age. It simply shifts shape. A few almonds a day, especially raw or dry roasted, can protect what matters most. Your heart, your bones, your freedom to move as you wish. Pistachios. Now here's a nut full of joy. You crack open that little shell and it feels like a small victory. And inside? A treasure trove of B vitamins, potassium, and antioxidants that help with everything from eye health to blood pressure, and even nerve function. They're especially good for keeping your circulation healthy, which means more energy in your muscles and better stamina in your daily life. And let's not forget, they're delicious. They remind you that eating well doesn't have to be a punishment. It can still feel like pleasure, like permission, like self-love. Just remember, skip the salted and heavily roasted ones. Choose unsalted in-the-shell versions when possible. The act of opening each one slows you down, makes you mindful, reminds you to savor. And last, but by no means least, are Brazil nuts. Most people don't know this, but Brazil nuts are one of the richest sources of selenium, a mineral that helps your thyroid, boosts immunity, and even fights cell damage. For seniors, that can mean fewer infections, better energy regulation, and potentially reduced cancer risk. But, and this is important, you only need one per day. Yes, just one, because too much selenium can be harmful. But just enough can be transformative. Think of it like a wise word from someone you love. It doesn't take a lot to make a difference. Sometimes one good thing is all it takes to shift your whole day. One walnut for your mind. One almond for your bones. One pistachio for your joy. One Brazil nut for your balance. It's not about overwhelming change. It's about small, sacred habits. You've lived long enough to know that the smallest things can carry the most weight. Your health now is a collection of tiny choices that add up over time. And these 4 nuts, they're companions on that road. Let's begin with a nut many reach for without a second thought. Cashews. They're smooth, buttery, and comforting. But for seniors, they carry risks hidden beneath their pleasant flavor. Cashews are high in oxalates, compounds that can contribute to kidney stones, especially in aging bodies that may not filter as efficiently as they once did. They're also rich in phytic acid, which can block the absorption of essential minerals like calcium and magnesium, nutrients your bones depend on to stay strong. If you're over 65 and your doctor has ever mentioned concerns about your kidneys or mineral levels, this nut should be eaten with extreme caution, or better yet, left alone. It's hard sometimes to let go of something you've enjoyed for years, but wisdom means recognizing when something that once comforted you is no longer safe. That letting go isn't loss, it's care. Next is the peanut, a humble snack found in everything from trail mix to peanut butter. But here's the truth. Peanuts aren't really nuts, they're legumes. And while that might not seem like much, it matters. Peanuts are among the most common food allergens. As we age, our immune system becomes more sensitive, and reactions, even mild ones, can grow worse with time. What's more concerning is that peanuts are often contaminated with aflatoxins, a toxin produced by molds that can grow during storage. These toxins have been linked to liver issues, digestive problems, and in extreme cases, cancer. Even if you've eaten peanuts all your life, now might be the time to pause and reconsider. Your body isn't what it was at 30, and that's not something to grieve, it's something to honor. Then there's macadamia nuts. Creamy, rich, and often associated with indulgence. They're not dangerous per se, but here's the problem. They're almost entirely fat, with minimal protein or fiber to balance them out. Yes, they have healthy fats, but their calorie density is extreme. Just a small handful can pack over 200 calories. For seniors managing weight, cholesterol, or blood sugar, this kind of imbalance can throw things off quickly. And since macadamias don't provide much satiety, you may find yourself reaching for more without realizing the toll it's taking on your health. This isn't about shame. It's about awareness. You've spent decades learning what serves you. Now's the time to apply that knowledge with gentleness and intention. And finally, candied or flavored nuts. Whether it's honey-roasted pecans, chocolate-covered almonds, or cinnamon-glazed walnuts, these are dangerous not because of the nuts themselves, but because of what's been added to them: sugar, salt, artificial coatings, and sometimes preservatives that are hard for older bodies to process. These sweetened versions spike your blood sugar, increase inflammation, and rob the nuts of their natural healing properties. They turn medicine into poison wrapped in a sweet disguise. You deserve sweetness in your life. Of course you do. But let that sweetness come from moments, from laughter, from connection, not from hidden sugar that harms your body while pretending to nourish it. Let's take a breath here. Sometimes making better choices isn't just about facts and science. It's about self-respect. It's about saying, I've lived long enough to know what harms me. I've grown wise enough to choose what helps me, and I love myself enough to make that choice today. Avoiding these 4 nuts doesn't mean you're missing out. It means you're standing up for your health, your strength, and your future. And the beauty is, what you leave behind opens space for what truly serves you. You're not being strict. You're being sacred. You're not being picky. You're being purposeful. Because when you're over 65, every choice counts more than ever before. And you still matter, you're still here, and your health is still worth fighting for. By now you know which nuts to embrace and which to leave behind. But the real beauty lies in how you bring them together. Because just like people, certain nuts work better in harmony. They complement each other, enhancing strengths, filling gaps, creating something greater than the sum of its parts. Let's start with a simple truth. Your body doesn't heal from one superfood. It heals from balance, and balance, after 65, is everything. The morning blend, energy, plus brain boost. Imagine waking up, joints a little stiff, mind still foggy. You sit at your kitchen table, sunlight spilling across your fingers. And instead of reaching for processed cereal or pastries, you choose this: 2 walnuts. For your brain, rich in omega-3s to clear mental cobwebs. 6 almonds. For your bones, calcium and magnesium to steady your walk. 1 Brazil nut. For your thyroid and immune system, a small piece of dark fruit, like dried fig or prune, for fiber and natural sweetness. This combination doesn't just feed your body, it awakens it. It whispers, you are alive, you are capable. Let's start today with strength. You can add this to your oatmeal, blend it into a smoothie, or simply eat it alongside a warm drink. The midday snack. Fighting fatigue and inflammation. As the day rolls on, energy tends to dip. Muscles tire. The mind slows. This is where anti-inflammatory and circulation-boosting blends shine. Try this. 10 pistachios for heart health and circulation. A small handful of blueberries to fight free radicals and support memory. Sprinkle of chia or flax seeds for extra omega-3s and digestion support. This combination reduces swelling in joints, keeps your arteries flexible, and gently lifts your mood without a sugar crash. It's perfect around 2 or 3 p.m., that quiet hour when you might feel the urge to nap or snack on something less helpful. Let this be your reset, your recharge, a reminder that nourishment doesn't have to feel heavy. It can feel light, clean, and kind. The evening ritual. Winding down with care dinner is over. You're reading a book, maybe watching a show, maybe just sitting in the stillness of your home. You're not hungry, but you want a little something. This is the moment for the restorative blend. 4 almonds. Calm the nervous system. Help regulate blood sugar before sleep. 1. Brazil nut. Keep selenium levels stable overnight. Piece of banana or a few slices of apple. For natural potassium and gentle digestion, it's not a full snack. It's a gesture, a soft message to your body. You've done enough today. Let me take care of you now. Pairing with purpose. Simple rules for seniors. Here are some wise pairings that many seniors find life-changing. Nuts plus fruit, the natural. Sugar in fruit gives instant energy, while the healthy fat in nuts slows the absorption, keeping your blood sugar steady and preventing spikes. Nuts plus yogurt. A calcium-rich yogurt with a few walnuts or almonds gives your bones a double dose of protection. Add a little cinnamon to support blood sugar control. Nuts plus leafy greens. If you sprinkle almonds or pistachios on a spinach salad, the fat helps your body absorb fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, and K. See the pattern? It's not about restriction, it's about connection. Each combination tells a story. It says, these foods know how to help each other, and they know how to help you. Gentle warnings. Even the best foods need boundaries now, a word of caution. Even healthy nuts must be eaten mindfully. Your digestive system changes with age. You may not process fats the way you once did. Overeating, even good nuts, can lead to bloating, discomfort, or weight gain. Stick to small, consistent servings. A total of 1 ounce per day, roughly a small handful, raw or dry roasted, unsalted, chewed thoroughly, eaten slowly, and always pair with something your body already loves: water, fruit, fiber, or movement. You've earned the right to be nourished. But that nourishment should never come with discomfort or regret. The ritual is the real medicine. What you eat matters. But how you eat it matters even more. Let nut consumption be a ritual, not a reflex. Light a candle. Sit in silence. Chew slowly. Breathe deeply. Be present. There is no pill on earth that can replace the healing power of presence, and there is no medicine more powerful than food chosen with love. Because the truth is, these aren't just nuts. They're tools. They're teachers. They're tiny symbols of a big truth, that your health is still in your hands, that you still have choices, that you are still worthy of feeling strong. You've made it this far, and maybe that says something about you, about your spirit, your curiosity, your quiet determination to keep learning, even as the years press gently on your shoulders. It's not easy, is it? This stage of life, the aches, the silence, the way people sometimes look through you, not at you, the way the world seems to rush on, forgetting the lives you've lived, the battles you've survived. But here you are, still showing up, still choosing to take care of yourself, still saying, I matter. That matters more than you know. Because when you're over 65, people often talk at you, but rarely do they stop to listen. Rarely do they say what I'm about to say now. You are not forgotten. You are not broken. You are not too late. Your body may move slower. Your joints may protest. Your memory may soften around the edges. But you are still here. And every time you reach for something nourishing, every time you choose life over habit, health over convenience, You're telling the world, I am still worth caring for. Let's go beyond nuts for a moment. Let's talk about the wisdom behind the food. Because in every handful of almonds, there's a lesson about strength. In every Brazil nut, a whisper about balance. In every pistachio, a reminder to savor the small victories. In every walnut, a tribute to memory, the things we hold on to and the ones we gently let go. Food is not just fuel, it's memory. It's culture, it's healing. It's love made visible. Maybe you remember your mother cracking pecans on the porch, or a father who packed peanuts for long road trips. Maybe you remember feeding your own children handfuls of almonds, urging them to chew slowly, or sitting with an old friend, sharing stories and walnuts under a quiet sun. These aren't just snacks, they're moments, and those moments are what make a life. Now you get to choose how those moments continue. You get to say, yes, I will be mindful. Yes, I will protect my body. Yes, I still want to feel good when I wake up. I still want to walk strong. I still want to live fully. And you can, one nut at a time, one small choice, one quiet act of self-respect. Let's bring it home with one last thought. The world will always change. Our bodies will too. But the act of caring, truly caring for yourself, that never loses its power. So when you open your cupboard tomorrow morning and your hand hovers over a bag of nuts, remember this. You are not just feeding your body, you are nourishing your future. You are honoring your past. You are standing in the sacred present saying, I choose life, I choose health, I choose me. And that, dear soul, is the most powerful thing you can do. If this story moved you, share it with someone you care about.